What's up, good people? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Fantasy Football KE. I am your boy kama kawaida, Papa D, Papa Deno, Papa Disaster, and it's a jolly good week. It's a jolly good weekend. It's been a good weekend for Chelsea fans. It's a good one. A couple of mixed reactions, mixed outcomes for both of their teams. I'm talking about the Women's Super League and also the Premier League, of course. Anyways, it has been a good week. It has been sort of a good week for Chelsea fans because I know the draw with Arsenal is it's not exactly what they wanted, but I mean at this point they will take the draw against Arsenal because considering the way Arsenal has been in the last couple of years, yeah, so probably it's more of a win for Chelsea than it was for Arsenal. It's more of a point gain for Chelsea and 2 points drop for Arsenal. Anyways, but today we're not going to talk about the Premier League. Today we are going to talk about the WSL. Yeah, I'm talking about the Women's Super League, the highest division, the top division in the women's game in the UK. So, without much further ado, let me introduce you to the show. Yeah. Anyways, as I was telling you about, this is the Fantasy Football KE. Yeah, this is All Matters Football. We preview All Matters Football, All Matters FPL. We don't discriminate. All Matters Fantasy WSL. We don't discriminate anything at all. We are talking about everything and all that is happening in the world of football. So let's delve right deep into it. Yo. So the weekend that was, let's go to the weekend that was in the Women's Super League. Yeah, I'm talking about the Women's Super League. Yeah. The week that was, it was a fantastic opportunity for Manchester United to be able to maintain their unbeaten record, as well as Manchester City taking a holdover in the WSL table to go ahead, and they did exactly they did exactly that, hammering Spurs women 4-0, hammering the Spurs women 4-0, 4-0 at home at the Etihad Stadium. Yeah, a hat-trick from Khadija Bani Show and a goal from Jill Rood made sure that Manchester City were winners and took all the 3 important points as they ensured their usual hammering of the Spurs team. Yeah, so Bani Show opened the score sheet, barely a minute played. I think it was somewhere around there in the 40 something seconds. I did not watch this game because I was watching the Arsenal game. As you all know, I'm a gooner. I have to rep my girls. I have to rep my team. So I was not watching the Manchester City game. I was watching the Arsenal game. But Khadija Bani Show scored with barely a minute played in, and then she doubled her lead 14 minutes later. Yeah, or should I say, yeah, 14 minutes later, because her goal didn't come even before the first minute. Then she doubled her lead for her output 14 minutes later with the second one, and giving Manchester City a 2-0 lead at the halftime. Yeah, the second one was assisted by Lauren Hemp. Yeah, Lauren Hemp pulling up with a trio of assists. He pulled up with a trio of assists. Lauren Hemp has been on another level by the way this season. She's been on top of her game. Currently, she leads the assist tally in the WSL. She's leading the assist tally in the WSL with, sorry, slightly there, having a little bit of the hiccups. It's one of those days whereby the season is knocking. She's leading we are talking about Lauren Hemp. She's leading the assist tally with 5 assists. Yeah, and the 3 of those assists came in the game against Spurs. Yeah, so Manchester City taking a 2-0 lead at halftime, and then in the second half, Jill Rood in the 65th minute, Jill Rood made it 3-0. Another assist from Lauren Hemp, and then a minute later, Khadija Bani Show made things very, very uncomfortable for Spurs, scoring the 4th and to complete her hat-trick, making it 4-0 for Manchester City. Yeah, so Khadija Bani Show with her hat-trick, she took her goal scoring tally to 7 goals in the WSL. And remember, none of those 7 goals have come from the penalty spot. So it's a very, very important, very, very great outing for Khadija Bani Show. The WSL Golden Boot Golden Boot winner looking very, very strong as she as she looks to defend her crown, and maybe take Manchester City to that next level and help them towards securing a first WSL title since 2016. It's been it's going to be 9 years since Manchester City last won the WSL. Yeah. So Khadija Bani Show there, leading Manchester City to the 4-0 rout of Tottenham Hotspurs. Elsewhere in the other games, Arsenal, as I was telling you, I was watching the Arsenal game. My girls, Arsenal hammered Brighton 5-0, and this was somewhat a bit of a surprise. Yeah, especially in terms of the scoring. Yeah, the score sheet, I mean. I kind of expected Brighton not to concede so much because I know they've started out so well, as you all been seeing. They've been so good. Brighton, they're still on top. They're still ahead of Arsenal with 1 goal difference, having 13 points from their opening 7 games. This is only their first loss. Yeah, this is only their first loss, if I'm not wrong, because they drew with Manchester United and then they beat Everton, they beat Leicester City. So far, this is their only loss. Yeah, this is their only loss. Anyways, so Arsenal hammered Brighton 5-0. Goals courtesy of Beth Mead, Caitlin Ford, and a Frida Manam goal. It's one of those goals that when you see it happen, you don't even need an introduction. That is Frida Manam. So Frida Manam scored the third one to make it 3 for Arsenal, and then Arsenal had a 3-0 lead going on into the halftime. And then a substitute, Lena Hartig, 4 minutes after coming on for Caitlin Ford, she got in on the score sheet herself, making it 4-0 from a corner. Katie McCabe there coming out with 2 assists. And finally, Alessia Russo made it 5-0 from the penalty spot. In the 90th minute, she made it 5-0 to give Arsenal the much-deserved win. Yeah, so Arsenal winning 5-0, very a commanding 5 win. They scored early this time, getting Beth Mead opening the scoring in the 12th minute, assisted by Frida Manam, while Caitlin Ford, 10 minutes later, she doubled Arsenal's lead, courtesy of Kim Little assist. A very well interplay between Kim Little, Frida Manam, and Emily Fox on the right hand side of Arsenal's attack. And then Katie McCabe once again proving the provider, proving the all reliable provider for Arsenal. She fed Frida Manam, and Frida Manam, 3 minutes after Arsenal had taken a 2-0 lead, she made it 3-0, and it was a picturesque goal. It was a picturesque goal. It was a very Manam-like goal. Curling it in the top corner and the far post. Sophie Bagali had no chance with that one. So Arsenal going on into the second half, they had a 3-0 lead, taking on to compound their dominance, to basically compound their dominance of the match. Yeah. And in the second half, as I just told you, Lena Hartig came in for Caitlin Ford to make it 4-0, and then Alessia Russo rounded off the scoring from the penalty spots to make it 5-0 and give Arsenal their biggest win in the season so far, and one of WSL's most surprising results of the weekend. Yeah. Then on Sunday, that was Friday by the way, this time the WSL started out on Friday. That was Friday. Yeah. And on Sunday, Liverpool were hosting Chelsea. Liverpool were hosting the all-flying Chelsea at the St. Helens Stadium, and Liverpool lost 3-0. Yeah, Liverpool losing 3-0, courtesy of goals from Aggie Beaver Jones, Guru Wrighton, and Myra Ramirez. Sorry. Yeah, so making it Chelsea. In 6 games, Chelsea so far have won all of them. Remember, they have played Liverpool, they have played Arsenal, and they've been able to getting some proper breakdowns. They've won they've won all 6 of their matches, and they are the highest scoring team in the WSL. Having conceded only 1 goal. They only conceded in their match against Arsenal. Sorry, am I right? No. Sorry. They've conceded the fewest goals in the WSL, as well as scoring the highest amount of goals. They have a goal difference of 20. Imagine, that is more than many other teams' goals out of 7 matches played. Yeah. So Chelsea there making it 6 out of 6 with 18 points, beating Liverpool 3-0. Yeah, they took in the lead in the they took in the lead in the 36th minute through Mayra Ramirez. They took in the lead in the 36th minute through Mayra Ramirez after Johanna Wright had struck the post with her shot. The ball ricocheted off to a Liverpool defender and it sort of fell off. They failed to clear it, and from Gemma Evans' failed clearance, Mayra Ramirez was there to poke it in and make it 1-0 for Chelsea. 5 minutes later, Guru Wrighton made it 2-0 for Chelsea after a poor Rachel Lowe's clearance. By the way, I was watching this game. It was a very, very good game. And Chelsea, they are dominating the matches, dominating the proceedings. Although Liverpool did have their moments, but they could not take advantage of them. So, in the 40th minute, Rachel Lowe's tried to make a clearance and it was poor, and from the resulting poor clearances, Guru Wrighton, the Norwegian sensation, one of WSL's best players, are definitely Chelsea legend. She made it 2-0 with a goal from, was it 25, 30 yards out? Yeah, catching out Rachel Lowe's, the Liverpool goalkeeper, the Australian, and double Chelsea's lead just before halftime. Yeah. And then in the second half, Aggie Beaver-Jones came in for Wrighton Carneride in the 68th minute, and she was able to get in on the score sheet in the 89th minute, courtesy of an assist from Wiki captain. She assisted Aggie Beaver-Jones to compound Liverpool's misery at home, losing 3-0 to Chelsea. So that was how Sunday started out in the WSL. And then in the other matches, remember on Sunday they were being played out 4 matches. Chelsea were in the early kickoff, early kickoff there to open the game. Sorry, to open the afternoon. So in the other match, Crystal Palace were 1-1. They drew 1-1 with Everton. Crystal Palace there drawing 1-1 with Everton. Crystal Palace took in the lead barely with a minute played in through India Riley Page, assisted by Mai Kato, or you can like to call her Mai Kato. So the new signings there combining to give Crystal Palace the lead, and Palace, they really should have won this game, because imagine taking the lead from there early on with a minute barely played on. They were later punished by Everton. In the 71st minute, Japanese international Honoka Hayashi equalized for Everton through a Sari assist, and just like that, Everton were back in the match. Everton were back in the match just like that. Honoka Hayashi there pulling in with the equalizer for Everton, and there was nothing else to separate the two teams, and therefore the match ended out to a 1-1 draw I think this match was being played out at the it was being played out at Selhurst Park. Yes, sorry. I'm just getting I'm getting a couple of pronunciations wrong there. Yeah. So that was that for Crystal Palace versus Everton. West Ham got their first win of the season, beating Leicester City 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Vivianne Asseyi. Yeah, Vivianne Asseyi scored the all important goal late in the first half. It was in the added time of first half, assisted in by Manuela Pavi. And it was a game that, it was kinda disappointing, because Leicester City, they're still yet to get a win in the WSL. Sorry, Leicester City, they have 1 win. Yeah, Leicester City, they have 1 win. They have 7 points from 7 games. They have lost 5. They have drawn 2. Sorry, they have lost 4. They have drawn 2, and they have won 1. Am I getting my facts right? Sorry, they have drawn 4 games. They have won 1, and yeah. So that is basically Leicester City. So as you can see there, West Ham getting their first win of the season to climb up from the bottom, of the WSL table, and going on to ninth in the table. Yeah, and it's only a couple of goal difference separating those two sides. Those sides, because actually, as you can see, Leicester City, West Ham United, Crystal Palace, all of them, they have the same number of points, but they're separated by goal difference. Yeah, Crystal Palace proving out to be a stubborn force there. Yeah. In the other match, the late night kickoff on Sunday, it was Manchester United hosting Aston Villa, and the match ended out to a 0-0 draw. Yeah, so Manchester United still maintaining their unbeaten start to the campaign, but so far it's been 4 consecutive draws for Manchester United, having drawn out with Arsenal, having drawn out with Brighton, and now also having drawn out with Aston Villa. So Aston Villa are still looking out for their first win of the season. Remember, they have drawn 3 games and they have lost the other 4. So Aston Villa still there looking to find their first win of the season. The results have not been going on for the Villans, but the performance, especially in this Manchester United game, the performance was there. The performance was very convincing. It was very exciting. So that is how round 7 or match week 7 on the WSL. That is how it happened. That is what happened in the WSL match week 7. Yeah, and looking in at the fantasy WSL, I can tell you for sure that things were going on well for performers, for managers in this week. As we take a look into our league, the Fantasy Football KE Podcast League, we can see Cool Bocans. Yeah, Cool Bocans, they are managed by Taylor Gang. Cool Bocans is leading the tally. Taylor Gang was one of the best performers in the week. The manager of the week in the Fantasy WSL was in our Fantasy WSL league was I Got a Little Time. I Got a Little Time, managed by IU. I Got a Little Time there, proving to have a very successful game week. Remember, they were playing in with a 4-3-3, playing with a 4-3-3 at the back. They had the West Ham goalkeeper, Shemik, Kinga Shemik, and in their defense, they had Catherine Kasparai, the Manchester City right back and the Dutch international, and then Millie Bright there at the back, and as well as Millie Turner, yeah, and Emily Fox. Millie Bright, Millie Turner, and Kasparai all providing the 6 points, as well as Shemik, and then Emily Fox. The disappointment for I Got a Little Time was Emily Fox only gave them 1 point. Yeah, so 1 point there from Emily Fox. And remember, Arsenal kept a clean sheet, but the reason why Emily Fox had 1 point, and I know most WSL managers, most fantasy WSL managers will be kind of mad at Renee Slegers, because in the 55th minute, Renee Slegers did a triple substitution, taking off Frida Manam, taking off taking off Emily Fox, Frida Manam, Emily Fox, and sorry, I'm having a little problem getting my facts. So Frida Manam, Emily Fox, and Kim Little, they were withdrawn in the 55th minute for Kyra Cooney Crocs, Laia Codinya, and Stina Blackstenias. I know some of you Arsenal fans were kinda okay with that, given that Arsenal, they have that double header against Juventus in the Champions League, with the first leg playing out today. Today on Tuesday, Arsenal will be hosted by Juventus in the Champions League. So Renee Slegers there kind of looking at the bigger picture to withdraw the trio. But WSL managers will be fuming with Renee Slegers for that substitution, because it kinda screwed Arsenal assets in the WSL. Emily Fox starting the match but not getting the clean sheet. So it kinda doesn't bode well for for most WSL managers with Arsenal assets. So as I was telling you, I got a little time managed by IU is number 1 on our league, on our classic league there, with 406 points, having garnered 83 points in that game week. Yeah, so as I was telling you, her team consisted of Casper Ride, Brighton Turner, and Emily Fox in defense. Then in the midfield, she had Writing Caneride, Mary Hobinger, and then Jill Rode. And then in attack, she had Kabi, Ramirez, and Captain Bunny Shaw. Of course, captaining Bunny Shaw was the best ploy for the week. Yeah. So our manager of the week is none other than Cool Bokans. Cool Bokans, they are managed by Taylor Gang. Sorry, I got it mixed up. The Taylor Gang was not the one leading in our was not the one who is leading in our WSL in our class in our fantasy WSL league, but rather they are the ones they are the ones who are the manager of the week. And let's look at Kulbokan's team. Kulbokans was playing in with Fallon Tullis Joyce, the Manchester United goalkeeper, and she was able to provide 8 points. And also, as I can see, Kulbokans is another manager who will be filming with Renee Slegers, because they had Emily Fox. They had Emily Fox there in their team, and Emily Fox provided 1 point. Then Millie Bright providing 6 points in the defense, and then Gabriel George, the Manchester United left back. Remember, she is a visionary. She is a visionary defender. She is a visionary player. She supplied 8 points. Despite picking up the yellow card, she was able to get in the clean sheet. And because I was watching this game, I watched this Manchester United game versus Aston Villa. She was very, very important. She was very, very vital in Manchester United securing that 0-0 draw at home, because Manchester United were largely poor, very, very poor. Kind of toothless. And then one of the best performers in the week, Katie McCabe. Katie McCabe there pulling in with 2 assists. She had 2 assists in the match, and she played all the 90. She played all the 90 minutes of the match. Yeah, for sure. She played all the 90 minutes of the match. So she was able to get in the clean sheet points as well as the 2 starting points, and those 6 points for the assists. Yeah. And after all that, after gathering the 12 points from her performances, of course, Katie McCabe was able to collect all the maximum bonus points in Arsenal's 5-0 win over Brighton. So Katie McCabe there proving to be a very, very good asset for fantasy WSL managers. And from your manager of the week from Fantasy Football KE Podcast League, Cool Bokans, I think they can all appreciate the importance of Katie McCabe there. 15 points from Katie McCabe. Then in the midfield, they had Guru Writing Canaride, and Jill Rode. Again, I can see Jill Rode proving to be a very, very important asset in the WSL managers, providing their 8 points, as well as Writing with 8 points. And then at the top of his attack, they had Olivia Smith, Gabby Nunez, and Khadija Bani Shaw. And of course, the captain Khadija Bani Shaw, that hat-trick haul was very, very vital for most managers. Yeah. So Khadija Bani Shaw there with the hat-trick, and of course collecting all the 3 maximum bonus points for managers. So that was from our manager of the week from Fantasy Football KE Podcast League. And then in the second place, we have Boondocks FC managed by Brenda Wainaina. I think this one is one of our own, another Kenyan Modo Nyoba. Yeah. Brenda Wainaina. Shout out to Brenda Wainaina, by the way. If you're listening to this one, shout out to you, Brenda Wainaina. Keep it Fantasy Football KE, and continue listening, continue playing the game. Yeah. So let's look at Brenda Wainaina's point. By the way, Brenda Wainaina, she was one of the best performers. Actually, the second best performer in the Fantasy Football KE Podcast League, with 85 points. And she did not play any cheap. Remember, by the way, all these people that I'm reading to you, they did not play any cheap. They were just playing straight up players, giving up howls, without any assist. Yeah. And when I'm talking about the chips, what I mean is they did not play the wall, they did not play the bench boost, they did not play the triple captain. So that is basically straight up good performances from this trio. Yeah. Shout out to you, Boondocks FC. I am a little you, and Cool Bokans, managed by Taylor Gang. Yeah. So Tulis Joyce there again, another future in the best performers of the week. pulling up with 8 points. And then Brenda Wainaina had Maya Leticia in her defense, as well as Parker and Alex Greenwood from Manchester City. The three defenders there providing her with 21 points, 7 points from Alex Greenwood, then Lucy Parker with 6 points, and Maya Leticia with 8 points. Maya Leticia was also especially very, she played in very well in that game. She was able to garner all the 3 maximum bonus points despite picking up a yellow card in the match. So the Manchester United captain, I mean, she continues being an asset for WSL managers. And then in her midfield, she had Johanna Rising Carneride, Grace Clinton, Mary Hobinger, and Everett. Everett from Palace, proving to be very a key asset. She was able to get in the maximum she was able to get in 2 bonus points. Amy Everett, as Crystal Palace drew 1-1 with Everton at home. Yeah. So Writing Carney right there, 3 points from Writing Carney right. Grace Clinton with 3 points, and then Marie Hobinger with 2 points. Yeah. Khadija Banishaw, of course, was her captain, coming out with 17 points, and then she had Alessia Russo supplying in her with 8 points from game week 7, getting in 2 bonus points to add into her goal. And of course, having played out more than 60 minutes, she gets in the 2 mandatory starting points. Yeah. And then the last of her forwards was Seike, Kiko Seike, the Brighton forward, the Japanese international. Remember her? The first player to ever score a hat-trick on their WSL debut. Yeah, Kiko Seike. But I think things have not been going on well for Seike ever since that performance, because she's yet to register another goal. So let's see how things are happening. But anyway, that was Boondocks FC, managed by our very own Brenda Wainaina. Shout out to you, Brenda Wainaina. Shout out to you, Taylor Gang. Shout out to you, IU, for the 3 best managers in the league. I got a little time currently leading the tally there with 406 points. And Boondocks FC, managed by Brenda Wainaina, coming in second with 388. And then Cool Bocans, managed by Taylor Gang, our manager of the week, coming in with 386 points. Yeah. At number 4, we have Auto Reclose, managed by Darren Molloy. They had 58 points. And they have a total of 385 score. As you can see, the difference between number 2 and number 4 is just 3 points. So a very feisty competition going on in our league there. And also, I got a little time. She cannot be very safe, because she's only 16 points. She only has a 16 points lead, and as we all say, it tends to change in very little time. Rounding up the top 5 is Dreamscape FC, managed by Kating C. They have 382 points, and they were able to score 69 points in this game week. Yeah. At the bottom end of our table, we have Royal Knights. Royal Knights, managed by Jules Knight. They have 273 points. They are in the relegation, having scored 48 points. And then at number 17, remember our league only has 18 people so far. We encourage you to join. We encourage you to continue joining the league. Remember, it doesn't matter whether you're joining in on game week 7 or game week 1. Remember your points, your total points tally, so long as you started out playing the game in the game week 1, or whatever point you started playing out the game, your total points will also come alongside when you join the league. Yeah. So people, get on joining, and let's play the game together. Yeah. So as I was telling you, at number 17 is Cascade Gooner. Cascade Gooner, managed by Waimara. Sorry if I'm getting the name wrong, the pronunciation wrong, but based on how I can see here, it is managed by Waimara G. She has 289 points, and they were able to score 32 points for the game week. I would basically say they are one of the poorest performing managers in this game week. Let's see at their team and see where they went wrong, and maybe we can be able to help them so that they can be able to get those green arrows. Remember, here at Fantasy Football KE, our mission is to give you green arrows. So Cascade Gooner, fellow Gooner, I don't like seeing people like you wallowing in these low points. So let's see how your team was. Cascade Gooner was playing in with Yanez, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Very, 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 very unfortunate not to keep the clean sheet, especially given the way Crystal Palace took the lead early. Then another one who will be venting at Renee Slegers. Emily Fox gave them 1 point, and then Alex Greenwood supplying 7 points. Torres Dotia, Maria Torres Dotia, there supplying her with 0 points. You know, she barely played she played how many minutes? I think she played only 1 minute. She was a late substitute in the game, and then she conceded 1 goal. So I mean, not getting a return. Taylor Hines there, the Liverpool captain, also got her 1 point, and then her midfield consisted. She was playing with a 4-4-2. Her midfield consisted of Russell, Clinton, Nusken, and Gori. A couple of binaries there. I think only Greenwood and Alessia Russo were her best performers. Yeah, with Russo supplying 8 points and then Greenwood supplying 7 points. Yeah, because Russo gave her 1 point, Clinton gave her 3 points, Serge Nusken gave her two, and then Katrina Gori, the West Ham captain, gave her 3 points. And Seike pulling up with 4 points because he was her captain. Yeah, so it was not a good outing for Cascade Gooner. Anyway, Cascade Gooner, be sure to keep up with the show. We are going to be giving you the lowdown for game week 8. Remember, game week 8 is a double game week. Yeah, I just want to remind you people that game week 8 is a double game week there. So triple up on those on those Manchester United and Chelsea assets. Yeah, so anyways, but we will talk about game week 8 on another episode. This time we just wanted to do a little bit of the recap and give you a feel of how the WSL table is looking like and how things are standing in our football fantasy WSL league there. Yeah, so at number 16 is Leah's Looters, managed by Isabel Aries. They have 289 points, and this game week they were able to get in 55 points. Hannah Hampton there, a very, very brave captaincy choice for Leah's Looters. A very, very insightful manager, a very brave manager there. I can see Isabel. She captained in Hannah Hampton, and Hannah Hampton was able to provide 9 points in goal. She pulled in with 3 saves, which gave her 1 point, as well as putting her into 2 bonus points, as well as keeping the clean sheet. So Hannah Hampton there, it was a good captaincy choice. Yeah, not bad. But her defense consisted of Buchanan, Steph Catley, and Alex Greenwood, and Emily Fox. This one is also another manager who will be filming at Renee Slegers. Renee Slegers, we need to have a talk. We need to have a talk. You know, there's this thing we play. It's called Fantasy WSL, and you know we do have Arsenal assets. So we need you to stop the 50th minute substitutions, manze, because it's kind of hurting all those managers with Arsenal assets. Anyways, Renee Slegers, just a friendly reminder, there are other managers in the making as well. So please don't screw us again next game week. We hope she gets to hear it. Yeah. So Leah's Looters, her midfield consisted of Drew Spence from Spurs, supplying her with 2 points. Again, Johanna Writing Carneride, another popular asset, selected by 25.3% of managers. And then Seri Holland from Liverpool. So Carneride there, this time kind of not delivering, only 3 points. Holland had 2 points, and then in her forefront she had Caitlin Ford, Jessica Naz, and Keenan. Leanne Keenan from Liverpool. Remember Leanne Keenan? She's a visionary player. Leanne Keenan, she's a visionary player. So be sure to go for the likes of those visionary players, because you know you get 3 extra points from the WSL for having visionary players when they perform. So Leanne Keenan there, a visionary player. If she could have scored or assisted, she could have definitely gotten some 3 extra points. Yeah. So Caitlin Ford there, supplying her with 6 points, you know, after scoring that 1 goal. So that is Leah's Looters. Those are the people who are in our relegation candidates. But remember, it is tight there at the bottom, because at the bottom is Royal Knights with 273 points. And then we have Cascade Gooner with 289 points, and we have Lias Lutas with 289 points. They are tied up on the same number of points. So here is just a matter of who was having a better game week. And as you can see, Lias Lutas, she had 55 points from that game week 7, while Cascade Guna had 32 points. So she gets the better edge of Waimara G. Yeah. So at number 15 is Boji TFC, managed by Peter McBoji. He has 295 points. 295 points, not very far away from Cascade Guna and Lias Lutas. And then just barely making it to 300 points is Iron Crescent, managed by FD. Yep, managed by FD. And we have London is Red, managed by Chelsea Murray. That is quite a weird combination. She's an Arsenal fan, but her name is Chelsea. So I don't know what is going on there. Chelsea Murray, can you tell us what is happening? Anyways, we do appreciate you emphasizing that London is Red. She has 316 points, and she had a score of 59 points over the weekend. And then our very own manager, managed by the admin, Fantasy Footy admin, coming in with 317 points after getting 53 points over the game week 7. So that is how things are looking at for Fantasy WSL, the Fantasy Football KE League on the Fantasy WSL. Yeah, notable mentions there we have FC Neymaldo with 342 points, managed by Kwame Diwoto. I think he's Ghanaian or he's Nigerian or Benin or one of those West African countries. So shout out to you, Kwame Diwoto, managing FC Neymaldo, and they were one of the better performers in the week, garnering 72 points. Shout out to you. And then we have Katie Makielo card, managed by Mickey Derry, another one there, one of our better performances in the week. 76 points from Katie Makielo card FC. And we have It's Raining Goals, managed by Mel Hoik. Yeah, they had 70 points. So those were one of our better performers in the week. Yeah. So that is how WSL is looking like. The Fantasy WSL was looking like in our own league. And as you can see, the performers were there to be seen. I don't know if the WSL app does provide the team of the week, but without even having to look at it, I will have to tell you that the team of the week consisted of Hannah Hampton in goal. Hannah Hampton had 9 points in goal. And then in defense, we had Katie McCabe, Alex Greenwood as one of the best performers in the week. Alex Greenwood, Katie McCabe, and Millie, and I think Millie Bright. Millie Bright had 6 points, as well as Millie Turner. So Maya Leticia, Katie McCabe, Alex Greenwood, and maybe we can slot in there Gabby George, playing in a 4. And then in the midfield we had Frida Manam coming in with 9 points, and then Jill Rood there coming in with 8 points, and Guru Wrighton coming in with 8 points. And then at the forefront of the attack we had Lauren Hemp supplying in the 3 assists and getting the 2 bonus points. So of course she has to be somewhere there in the team of the week. I think she had 14 points or 15 if I'm not wrong. And then Khadija Bani Shaw with also 17 points after her hat-trick and collecting all the bonus points. So our team of the week is basically a 4-4-2. Katie McCabe, Alex Greenwood, Maya Leticia, Gabby George, all of them supplying 8 points. And then in the midfield, we had Jill Rood, Frida Manam, Guru Wrighton, and Jill Rood, Frida Manam, Guru Wrighton, and who is this other one that I'm forgetting her? By the way, guys, since the WSL doesn't make up the team of the week, so I'm here. I'm just trying to compile based on the performances of the players. Manham had 9 points. Rude and Brighton, they had 8 points each, and yeah, I think we'll go with a 4-3-3, not a 4-4-2. And at the forefront of the attack, we'll be having Lauren Hemp, Khadija Bani Shaw, and who else did perform very, very well over the weekend? hmm And maybe, yeah, Vivianne Asseyi, because I think she collected all the three bonus points. Yeah, she collected all the three bonus points for game week 7. Yeah, so that is my version of our version of the game week 7 team of the week. Yeah, and of course you have Hannah Hampton in goal before without forgetting. Yeah, so anyways, that was how game week 7 happened. And looking on into game week 8, remember, as I was telling you about, we'll be having a double game week for Manchester United and Chelsea. Remember, Brighton will be opening in the game week on Saturday. We'll be having the early kickoff will be Brighton versus West Ham United. And then there'll be a North London derby as Tottenham Hotspurs host Arsenal, looking in to make it two back-to-back North London derby wins against the Gunners. You remember last season, Tottenham Hotspurs, for the first time in the history, they were able to beat Arsenal in all competitions, beating them 1-0 courtesy of that Martha Thomas goal. So this time Spurs will be looking to make it two NLDs at home, winning against Arsenal. So next weekend, the stakes are even getting higher and higher. And then in the late kickoff on Saturday, we'll be having Chelsea Manchester City. And that will be a clash of the top of the table as unbeaten Chelsea they will look to continue making their start, uh, 100% start when they host Manchester City at Kings Meadow Stadium. I don't know if it is at Kings Meadow or it is going to be played in at the Stamford Bridge. Remember, the men's game is on an international break, so the Stamford Bridge is available. So let's see based on how things are going to happen. But I'm most likely thinking this is going to be at the Stamford Bridge. Yeah. So the top of the table clash between the two unbeaten sides in the league, Chelsea and Manchester City. Yeah. Chelsea will be hosting Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. And remember also there will be a North London derby as Spurs host Arsenal at, I don't know if it's going to be played in at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because as I told you, the men's game is on an international break, so the stadium is available. Yeah, but let's see. I think the announcement is going to be made over 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 the week. Yeah. And then on Sunday we are going to be having Aston Villa take on Crystal Palace. They will be hosting Crystal Palace at the Villa Park Stadium. And then Everton versus Liverpool, a Merseyside derby, the first Merseyside derby of the WSL season. And then I think this one will be hosted in at Goodison Park. Yeah, I think this one is going to be played out at Goodison Park rather than at the other regular stadium. Yeah. And then on Sunday, the late kickoff, it will be another Manchester United game. Manchester United this time they'll be traveling at the King Power Stadium as they take on Leicester City. Remember, Leicester City, they are somewhere there in the bottom, and Manchester United are still unbeaten. Yeah. So, and then in the next Sunday, we'll be having Chelsea host Manchester United at I think it's going to be at Stamford Bridge also. Yeah, so Chelsea, I think they have two headers at the Stamford Bridge, hosting the two Manchester teams. First taking on Manchester City, and then taking on later Manchester United 8 days later. Yeah, so this is how things are looking like in the WSL table after game week 7. Manchester City continue leading, having played that game extra over Chelsea. So they lead the table with 19 points. Chelsea are second after a 6 out of 6 100% record with 18 points. Brighton and Hove Albion are third with 13 points, having played 7 games. Arsenal are fourth with 12 points, and then Manchester United are fifth with 12 points. I think there's a difference. There is a difference there in the goal difference. Arsenal have a +8. I think Manchester United have a +6. But otherwise, they are tied in points, 12 points each apiece. And remember, Manchester United, they have a game in hand. Yeah, that game against Chelsea, it will be Manchester United's game in hand. So if Manchester United can be able to beat Chelsea, they'll definitely be able to jump above Arsenal and go back to the third spot, based on games played. Yeah. So in sixth we have Liverpool. Liverpool have 9 points, having played 7 games, and in seventh there is Spurs, 7 points from 7 games. Yeah, and Leicester City, they have 5 points from 7 games, also making up the ninth position. Sorry, 8th position. And then West Ham United tied in with the same number of points with Leicester City. They are ninth, just a goal difference separating the two sides. And then Crystal Palace are 10th with 5 points also as well, another goal difference separating them. Then at the bottom of the table we have Everton, having only gained 3 points, 3 draws so far, not yet having they are yet to get a win. And then Aston Villa, 3 points as well, 3 draws, having yet to get a win. So that is how your WSL table looks like. As you can see, Manchester City there and Chelsea, the early 4 runners. So next weekend's game is going to be very, very vital. It's going to be separating the two sides. We are going to see basically who is going to be the ultimate supreme. Yeah. So if Chelsea can be able to beat Manchester City at home, they will go top of the table with 21 points and having a game extra, that game in hand against Manchester United. And if Manchester City will be able to beat Chelsea away from home, they will maintain their top spot at the league and basically spoil Chelsea's unbeaten start to the campaign. They'll be having 22 points and having played that game extra over Chelsea. Yeah, so that one is a very, very important one to look out for. And then remember also Manchester United, they'll be playing in Leicester City, and they'll be traveling to the King Power Stadium to play Leicester City. So if they are able to beat Leicester City and be able to also beat Chelsea or get a draw against Chelsea, they'll go back on top. They'll go back to third, and jump Brighton and Arsenal. Yeah, by virtue of that extra game, that game in hand. Arsenal are looking to continue their winning ways. Remember, since the appointment of Renee Slegers as interim manager, Arsenal are unbeaten, having won 2 games and drawn 1. Their draw against Manchester United in the league, and having won against West Ham and Brighton. And of course their Champions League also win. They are so far unbeaten in their in the 4 games that the interim manager Renee Slegers has managed. So if Arsenal can be able to get a result away at Spurs, maybe a draw or a win, it will be vital for them, because it will get them sort of get them back on track and push them up to third, depending on the Brighton and Manchester United fixtures. Yeah. As for Spurs, if they can be able to continue their winning ways against Arsenal at home in the derby, they'll go to 10 points and they'll definitely be up there among the others. Yeah. So going on into the weekend, Aston Villa and Everton still looking out for their first win, and for Everton, it will have to come by grit or strength, because it will be a derby. They'll be hosting Liverpool in the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. So let's see how that one is going to happen. But in the recent season, Everton have beaten Liverpool. They have beaten Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, drawing one and then winning the other one away from home at Anfield. Yeah, so going on to this match, maybe Everton, they have a little bit of mental edge over Liverpool, but then again, still winless in their first games and at the bottom of the table. Everton really need to get that first win. Aston Villa, as I was telling you, they'll be hosting Crystal Palace. And remember, Crystal Palace, yes, they have been promoted from the championship, but they are playing very, very well. So far, they've been able to hold their own. Their only disappointment will be their 7-0 loss to Chelsea back in game week 2. So for Everton, yeah, for Crystal Palace, they will be a tough opponent to crack. They will be a tough opponent to crack against Villas. And for Villa, it is now time to turn those performances into results, because they have been having the performances, but the results have just been evading them for a little while. Yeah. Anyways, that is your game week 8. That is your game week 8 preview. And remember, we'll come back again with another episode just before the game week begins, probably there on Thursday or Friday. We'll be giving you a a proper detailed analysis of game week 8, and to show you how things are going on and how things are happening in the WSL, and to get you prepared to get those green arrows. Remember, our mission here at Fantasy TKE, we are here to supply you with all the details, all the information, all the advantage that you can get, so that you can have those green arrows, you can have good performances, and to basically continue proving the number one source for all matters football, and all the insights in the WSL. Yeah. So before we wrap up the show, let me leave you with a couple of insights into how the top performers, individual performers in the league, are looking like in the WSL. So let's go ahead in the top scorer in the goals category. In the goals sides, we have Khadija Banisho, the reigning Golden Boot winner. The Manchester City striker has 7 goals, and none of them are penalties. Then coming in second is Guro Reiten. 4 goals from Guro Reiten, with none of them coming in from the penalty spot. Yep. And then Aggie Beaver Jones, the Chelsea Academy graduate, he is third with 3 goals, tied in on third with the likes of Grace Clinton, Nikita Paris, Kiko Seike, Johanna Wright Wright, Jill Road, Frida Barnum. All of them, they have 3 goals. So 3 goals from those players that I've mentioned. Yeah, and as well as Rachel Daly. Rachel Daly also has 3 goals, except that she has scored, one of her goals has come in from the penalty spot. Yep. Then following closely is Beth Mead, Bethany England, Caitlin Ford, Cornelia Capox, Elizabeth Tarland, Gabriel Nunez, Jess Park, Lauren Hemp, Maya Ramirez, Rico Weki, Olivia Smith, Alessia Russo, Taylor Hines, Annabelle Blanchard, Evelina Sumanen, Marie Hobinger, Frank Kirby, and Sandy Baltimore. Yeah, and of course Rico Weki, before I forget. All of them, they have 2 goals apiece. So that is how, as you can see, the WSL, the top scorer sheet is very much very competitive. But Khadija Banisho having a good advantage. 3 goals over the next closest opponent. So that is so far a good outing for Khadija Banisho. Taking a look in the assist tally, we have Lauren Hemp leading the assist tally with 5. The Manchester City winger, she's so far having one of her best starts to the season. Then we have Celine Bizet, the Manchester United and Norwegian winger. She has supplied in 3 assists. And then Emily Fox comes in third with 2 assists, tied in with Evelina Sumanen, Johanna Wright, Katie McCabe, Kirsty Hanson, Maya Ramirez, Millie Bright, Poppy Pattinson, Nusken, Sophie Roman Haug, Stina Blackstenias, Wick Captain, Vivianne Asseyi. All of them, they are tied in with 2 assists. Yeah. And then Alessia Russo, there are so many people who have 1 assist. I will not mention all of them, because I will basically be mentioning the whole of the WSL. Yeah. So Lauren Hemp there, leading the assist charts with 5 assists, 2 more than her nearest competitor. Yep. And then in the goal and assist tally, we have Khadija Banisho. She has 8. She has 8 G&A, having 7 goals and 1 assist. Then we have Lauren Hemp. She has 5 assists and 2 goals. And then you have Johanna Wright. She has 3 goals and 2 assists. Yeah. Evelina Sumanen has 4. So does Frida Manam, Guro Wright, Maya Ramirez, Nikita Paris, and Rachel Daly. All of them are tied in at 4 G&A. Yeah. So that is how things are looking like. Yep. And then in terms of the best big chances created, you have Katie McCabe from Arsenal with 7 big chances created, and she has 2 assists for her name. So as you can see there, Arsenal, they have a problem with their finishing. And then Lauren Hemp, she has 6 big chances created, 5 assists to her name. Guro Brighton has created 4 big chances, but she has 0 assists to her name. So as you can see, she's creating a lot for her teammates, but none of them are being able to finish them off. Celine Bizet and Emily Fox have created, as well as Kirsty Hanson, Vivianne Asseyi, Fujino, and Drew Spence have created 3 big chances for their team apiece. Yeah, with Hanson, Asseyi, and Emily Fox all having 2 assists on their name. Yeah, so that is how things are looking like in the WSL. Overall, in the chances created, we have Lauren Hemp with 26 chances. Yep. This is basically, she's creating 4.1 chances per 90 minutes. And then we have Katie McCabe coming in with 20 chances, creating an average of 3 chances per 90 minutes. Then we have Marie Hobinger and Mariona Caldente with 14 and 13 respectively, with Caldente creating 2.5 chances per 90 minutes, while Hobinger creating 2.1 per 90 minutes. To round up the top 5, we have Nusken. Nusken has created 12 chances with an average chance created of 2.2 per 90. So, and she's tied in with her Chelsea teammate Guro Brighton with also 2 chances per 90 created. So, going over into the overall player rating. Overall player rating, we have Lauren Hemp with an average rating of 8.26. That is courtesy of Fortmob rating. And then Khadija Banishaw coming in with 7.96 as well. Having taken 2 player of the matches, having won 2 player of the match. Grace Clinton comes in third with 7.93, also having won 2 player of the match performances. And then Yui Hasegawa, the Manchester City holding midfielder, with a 7.91 rating, despite not having won any player of the match. Then we have Johanna Writing Caneride. It is for Chelsea following in suit. Johanna Writing Caneride, Millie Bright, Nusken, and Guro Brighton. Yeah, with Writing Caneride with 7.83, a rating of 7.83 average rating so far. And Millie Bright and Nusken tied on 7.78, with Millie Bright edging in the German with 1 player of the match award. Yeah, Guro Brighton has 2 player of the match awards, but she has a rating of 7.74. In terms of the best Arsenal rated player, it's Katie McCabe. Katie McCabe there with 7.67, with 1 player of the match winning performance. Yep. So that is how things are looking like in terms of the individual performances in the WSL. Let's go to the team performances. Chelsea lead the Footmob rating with 7.37. Manchester City are second with 7.30, while Manchester United come in third with 7.12. Arsenal with 7.06 make it in the top 4, while rounding up the top 5 is Brighton with an average rating of 6.85. Yep. So as you can see, Chelsea so far being the best team, basically Chelsea and Manchester City. As I was telling you about, as we are talking about the the best teams in the league so far. So Chelsea there, Manchester City, and Arsenal, all of them proving out to, despite the low stats, they have been able to get themselves back in the running. They have been able to get themselves back in it. And as I was telling you about, yeah. So the team's performances, as I was telling you, so far as you can see, big chances created, Manchester City are leading the pile with 27 big chances created, but Arsenal are second with 25, and then Chelsea are third with 23, and Brighton come fourth with 15, and then Spurs round of the top 5 with 14 big chances created. Chelsea so far 100%. They have created 23 big chances. Then big chances missed again. Arsenal missing 19 of their 25 big chances created. Manchester City are second, missing 17 of their 27 big chances created. Spurs having created 15 chances, they've missed 10 of them, while Palace, they've missed 10 big chances. Chelsea so far proving out to be the most efficient of the pile, having only missed 9 big chances out of the 23 big chances created, and they've scored 23 goals as well. Yep. In terms of the clean sheets, as I told you, Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Man United lead the batch with 4 clean sheets apiece. Yep, 4 clean sheets apiece from the 4 sides for the 4 early runners. And then going on into the individual performances for the clean sheets in the goalkeeping department, we have Fallon Tullis Joyce. Fallon Tullis Joyce is tied in with Hannah Hampton on 4 clean sheets apiece, but Fallon Tullis Joyce has conceded fewer goals than Hannah Hampton, having conceded only 2 goals compared to Hannah Hampton's 3. Yeah. Daphne Van Domsla of Arsenal and Sophie Bagali has third, third and fourth respectively, all of them having kept 3 clean sheets, but Van Damsla edges over Bagali with 3 goals conceded in comparison to Sophie Bagali's 9 goals conceded. Kiara Keating, Ayaka Yamashita, Yanina Leitzig, and Sabrina D'Angelo round up the third position with 2 clean sheets each. All of them they have 2 clean sheets, but the difference is in the goals conceded. With Kiara Keating, the reigning WSL Golden Glove winner, having conceded 0 goals so far, despite although she has played less than Yamashita and the other ones. And then Yamashita has conceded 4 goals, tied in with Yanina Leitzig from Leicester City. Also conceded 4 goals. Sabrina D'Angelo, despite conceding 11 goals, she has 2 clean sheets in her name. Yep. So that is how things are looking like in terms of the goalkeeping performances. Yep. And then in terms of the saves per 90, we have Shai Yanis from Crystal Palace. She has an average of 4.4 saves per 90 with a total 31 saves. Then we have Courtney Brosnan, the Ireland international. She has made a total of 27 saves, an average of 3.9 saves per 90. And then we have Kinga Shemik, the West Ham United goalkeeper. With a total of 26 saves, she has 3.7 saves per game. Then Manchester United's Fallon Tullis Joyce, she has 21 saves and an average of 3.5 saves per game. And rounding up the top 5 is Yanina Leitzig with 3.4 saves per match and a total of 17 saves. Yep. So that is how things are looking like for the individual performances. Yep. Also, before we leave, I would like to give you a little bit insight on the goals conceded. Rebecca Spencer has conceded the most goals, one of the most goals per 90 in the WSL, conceding 2.6. Then Shai Yanis, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, is second with 2.4, having conceded 17 goals, while Spencer has conceded 18 goals. Courtney Brosnan from Everton has conceded 13 goals and an average of 1.9 goals per 90. Kinga Shesmik and Rachel Lowe's and Sabrina D'Angelo are tied in on 1.6. With Shemik, with all of them conceding the same amount of goals. So that is how things are looking like. On the other side of the table, we have Fallon Tullis Joyce, Hannah Hampton, and Daphne Van Demsler conceding the fewest amount of goals. Van Damsler has conceded 3, Hannah Hampton has conceded 3, but Hannah Hampton edges over Van Damsler with 0.5, while Van Damsler has 0.6 goals conceded per match. Yep. And Fallon Tullis Joyce, the American international, has the best goals conceded ratio with only 0.3 goals conceded and a total of 2 goals conceded in the WSL. So she's basically the best performing goalkeeper in the WSL. Yep. In terms of the discipline, we have Poppy Pattinson, Brooke Aspin, Paula Thomas, all of them having picked up 1 red card apiece. Yep. And in terms of yellow cards, we have Claire Hunt from Spurs with 3 yellow cards, Sarah Holmgard, Vivianne Asseyi also with 3 yellow cards apiece. Yep. So that is how things are looking like in the WSL. Anyways, guys, I would like to, before we wrap up the show, I would like to leave you with one great advice. I know the holidays are coming. It's It's Thanksgiving in other places. It's November. It's the holiday season. Christmas is fast approaching. You guys, you have to take care of yourselves. Remember, we want to see you throughout the season. We want to see you throughout the campaign. We want to see some more and more competitors and more competition in our fantasy WSL league. So you guys be sure to keep up with Fantasy Football KE for all the latest happening in the world of football, in the world of the women's game, and be sure to continue keeping it Fantasy Footy KE for all the latest in the game. Anyways, you guys remember the double game week 8 is coming up soon, so you guys, you better have preparations, be prepared to continue. I will be providing you with a quick short episode either on Friday or Thursday to give you just the tips, to give you insights and tips into the game, and to make sure that you guys are performing better. Anyways, as usual, this has been the Fantasy Football KE. I have been your boy, I've been your host, Papa D, Papa Dano, Papa Disaster, and I would like to leave you with a quote as always. Don't play yourself, protect your tools. You hear me, my people? Don't play yourself, protect your tool. I'll see you in the next one, and let's catch up in the next one. Anyways, it has been good, it has been fantastic, it has been Fantasy Footy KE. Adios, my people. Adios, muchachos. We are out.